are now tuned in to The Money Zone.
Hey guys, welcome to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. And I'm going to be honest, I missed you guys so much, but sometimes you got to take a step back, focus on yourself, guys. My little face clearing up and all of that good stuff. So look, tonight is our last show of season 8. So tonight will be our last show until June 8th. When we return, which will be officially June 9th. But what better way to end this season with the amazing guests that we have on tonight's show. Guys, if you didn't know, the month of May is Female Founder Month. And guess what? We have an amazing founder, Jillian Anderson, guys. She ended up raising over $1 million plus to get her organization, HERide, up and going. How many of you, and I get this question all the time, Folasade, I need money, I need grants, I need funding, I need this, I need that, right? Y'all always bugging me. And I say to some of you, you're not even ready. You don't have a valuable business idea. You don't have anything that's extremely unique. But some of you don't even have your concept in order, and that's exactly what Jillian did. She had her concept in order and exploded. So, guys, what we're going to do, help me welcome Jillian. When we come back from our break, I'll fully introduce her to you guys. Know of someone that is interested in raising funds. You've heard of the Vision seed round, seed funding, seed something, then you want to tune into tonight's show. So grab your pen, grab your paper, and share this video. Invite a few friends and let them know Folasade talking to somebody that we need to listen to. So tune in, guys. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys, and we have a special guest in the building for you guys. Jillian Anderson, guys, was born in Livingston, New Jersey. And at the age of 2, she moved to Atlanta, Georgia with her family, where she spent the majority of her adolescent years. Jillian was the very active child growing up, participating in every sport she could. She not only pushed herself physically, but academically as well. Her background in sports taught her that with determination and perseverance, nothing was unattainable. She carried these qualities, and guys, I don't got COVID or nothing, but the kids got me a little sick last week, so I'm still kind of recovering. Jillian, she carried these qualities throughout her young adult life, leading her to surpass every goal ever made. Brian, I hear it. Jillian attended Albany State University, where she graduated in the spring of 2015 with her bachelor's in computer science. While studying for her degree, she also ran track and field, played volleyball and basketball, and was a resident assistant for 2 years. After graduating college, she had the unique opportunity to try out for the Harlem Globetrotters. Oh, go girl. The opportunity started her journey into playing professional basketball. After training for about 3 years, Jillian received the opportunity to play overseas in Morocco. After fulfilling her dreams as a professional athlete, she returned to Atlanta, Georgia to pursue her career in IT. In order to refresh her skill set, she joined a full development boot camp. After graduation, Jillian continued working within the gig industry until the idea to create HERide presented itself. Jillian was so confident in the idea that she trademarked the name before she ever researched a team to develop the app. Fast forward 3 years and over 25,000 downloads later, HERide is officially in its beta round of testing, and the response has been incredible. This year, the goal for HERide's team is to onboard 1,000 drivers in the Atlanta area and raise at least 1.25 million in pre-seed funding. Guys, help me welcome Jillian Anderson to the Money Zone. I can't hear her, Brian.
It's me.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you again, Folasade. I appreciate the introduction.
Yes, thank you for coming on the show, girl. You would not even believe one of your topics is one of the things that most of us accountants get hagged about. Like, oh, Folasade, I was thinking about a business 3 years ago, but I didn't know how to fund it. Folasade, I saw such and such receive 50 million. How do I do it? Jillian, it's ridiculous. So it is so amazing that you've come on the show at this time because tax season is over, guys. And this is the time and the first quarter is over. We're in second quarter. This is really the time for you guys to sit back and see whether or not you have that bright idea that you can maybe get some seed funding. So this kind of rolls right into my question. Where exactly did the idea present itself for HERide? I love the name and everything.
Thank you. The idea came from me driving Uber and Lyft. So I used to drive for Uber and Lyft. I did it for 3 years. I moved to Atlanta in 2017. So I drove at night. I would normally drive overnight or super early in the morning. And a lot of women, especially late at night, they would tell me, I was canceling rides till I got a woman. Or they would ask me, can I get your personal number so I can do cash rides outside of the app? Because they just rather have a woman driving them. And so after hearing that over and over again, I was listening to How I Built This podcast with Guy Raz, and he had the founders of Lyft on his show. And when I found out it was only 2 people that started the company, I was just really astonished. I was like, wait a minute, this $1 billion company started with 2 people. And then that's when I just locked in and just went laser focused and just started doing research on different rideshare companies that cater only to women in the United States. There were none in the southeastern region at the time. And so I just decided to start one.
You know what? I love exactly what you just basically said. You listen to the market. A lot of business owners right now, your audience is telling you something. her audience was telling her that there was a need. And when I think about it, honestly, I'll be the same way, girl. Or when you find a female driver, you're like, hey, can I plug in your number so I can just call? I think almost every female has actually attempted to try to connect. And I think when I was in Cali and my Uber, I did the same thing, girl. I was like, oh, let me get it. Let me get it. And so
Especially
that
if you really
makes,
enjoy the ride. Yeah.
yeah, it makes you much more comfortable. So now let's shift a little bit. So you came up with, is HERide strictly just for women or?
Yeah, so right now we are focused on women, and so we are looking to include members of the LGBTQ community, because like I said, I'm a member of the LGBTQ community, but we're trying to just get one aspect down right now, and then we can focus on including everybody. But inclusion is definitely part of our goal, part of our plan, to the point where I'm even thinking about dropping another app called HERide Plus.
Mhm.
So we're deciding on how we're going to do that and how we are going to include everyone. But right now, all the drivers on the platform are women.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so look, that made me when you first started off, when you said, "Oh, are you?" As when they had just the founder of Lyft, was it Lyft or Uber, and it was just two people. Guys, I've been telling y'all for years, all of these billion-dollar companies started with one or like two people. That's it. Bezos, he started in his garage. It's no different. So for you to see that and the light bulb go off, like, oh, I can do this, that now connects to what you said in your bio, that you're confident. You are confident in yourself to say, you know what, hold on, they can do this. Look, I can do this too. So guys, like I think right off the bat, we only been in the 5 minutes. It's about 4 lessons we done gave you. Confidence. If she didn't have that confidence in thinking that she can do it, in her bio, she said she trademarked HERide prior to even know if it was an available business register, everything. She was confident. How many of you lack the confidence in your business? Okay, so write it down. You lack confidence. We need to work on it. All right, Jillian, back to you. Okay, so you got it going. It's primarily for women. Now, where did the idea to get funding come from?
Okay, so the idea for funding came about this year, because so this year we decided to start our beta round of just testing, because basically the startup culture has shifted a little bit since the time that I started my company. So when I started HERide, VCs and investors, they were just throwing money to anybody that had a good idea and made a great PowerPoint. Now that's not so much the case, just due to a lot of companies that took advantage of that, like companies like WeWork and stuff like that. Those founders, they took billions for an idea and then they could never prove profitability. And so now investors want to see a little bit more. And so because of that, I basically had to position myself to show myself,
Yeah.
show myself as the face of the company, and also just work a little bit harder to prove profitability and that this, proof of concept.
Yep, that's
So
what I.
that prove that this idea is something that is scalable, and that is intriguing to investors.
Oh, guys, y'all know I've been teaching y'all for how many years now? She didn't say all the core words, proven concept, y'all. I've been telling you guys. She said profitability. All of them P's, y'all, really matter. P&L, look, this one really income statement. P&L, profit and loss. Yeah, I know all over the place, y'all. But as usual, okay. So with so many apps, like, what do you think made your app and your organization stand out? First of all, I know the name, I love it, but what made it really just stand out?
I think I think just the business model. So I will give props to my predecessors, Uber and Lyft, for conditioning people to accept rideshare as an industry. And so because people are conditioned to use rideshare now and they're not scared and afraid to use it, it was a lot simpler for me to position myself as a founder for a rideshare app that specializes for or that focuses on a specific group. And so because my predecessors haven't paid attention to to women in general, which are 50% of the market, it was just a prime opportunity. The market's honestly just wide open. It's wide open. I would say that. Uber and Lyft, they own 98% of this market when it comes to the rideshare industry, when it comes to profits and revenues. So the market is almost a monopoly. So anybody can get into this space, but the biggest thing that people have to understand when it comes to apps is that branding is key. People knew, or people heard of Uber and Lyft before they actually saw it or actually downloaded the app. They either heard the name, saw an advertisement, heard somebody talking about it before they actually decided to download it. And so that's the thing with apps. Branding is key. So if you position yourself as the, in the forefront as the dominant brand, then you'll forever always have clientele, you'll always have retention.
You know what? I'm just loving this. Jillian, you don't even know what I go through, girl. I'm telling you, you said everything that I've always want our Black founders to really know. Where do I even start? The branding is key. I don't almost every client of mine, I have to send them back to do the branding, and they hate it. They hate it. They hate trying to build something that they don't know if it's going to work. Oh, are these people going to like me? Are they going to like the colors? Are they going to like my message? And the reality is that without a strong brand, guys, you can never build stability. You can never have a strong foundation. Yes, you can make 50 stacks today, but are you going to make that same 50 stacks in June? Make the same 50 stacks in July? No, not without a brand. And I remember I did a consult with a somewhat kind of in your situation, but a different industry. And she said, Folasade, I don't know why my brand's struggling. And I looked at her numbers. I said, you're relying on ads. I said, you have to go back to the core and build your brand so you can make money without depending on ads. Girl. Okay, so guys, do me one favor. Head over into your app store. Download HERide. Download HERide for all my ladies. Go ahead on, download HERide. Instead of using Uber, if you're in Atlanta region, instead of using Uber, instead of using Lyft, if you are a female, I recommend you guys go check out HERide. On their site, they do background checks. They make sure we are protected. Okay, so if you are a female, and especially with all of these rise of assault cases and kidnappings and all of those things on other platforms, you guys, as a female, as a mom, as a wife, I'm asking you women to, if you're in the Atlanta area, just leave Lyft alone. You set all payment options just like them too, right?
Yep. So we're working on adding Apple Pay back on there, but we accept debit card, and credit card.
Same thing. Add the credit card on there. You got that Cash App card, add that on there, whatever, and get it going. You want to be safe, ladies. And to be really honest with you, she said it. Uber has not paid it. Uber and Lyft have not paid attention to us, and we need to make our safety a priority. So HERide, if you're in Atlanta, I don't even want to see you in a Lyft or Uber. Okay. So HERide, go to the app store and download it, guys, and make sure, instead of using Uber, Lyft, let's support our own, okay? All right, next question. So what have been like one of the biggest milestones that you've been able to really celebrate during this massive launch that you've gone through?
I would say the biggest milestone that I've been able to celebrate would be after we had our news run. We were on the news a few weeks ago.
Okay.
We had over 200 drivers apply, and for the last couple of years, it's been a struggle for me to get even 100 drivers to apply. So that was huge. That was monumental for me as a founder, because I'm actually a driver as well, and so that took a lot of stress off of me as a driver. But that's probably my biggest accomplishment thus far. We haven't reached our goal of the 1.5 million yet in raising, but we are actively raising right now and actively pitching. So being on the news has helped us out a lot. We've gotten a lot of people that have reached out to do, just for us to pitch to them, interested in investing and things of that nature. Donations, we've even received donations. So it's been an incredible blessing. I don't stop to like really celebrate things. So I have to like sit down and like kind of think. But when I think about it, those drivers signing up was probably the biggest thing for me this year. It made my year.
No, I get it, because without the right amount of drivers, you really can't service us as much as you want to. You're going to be at capacity. And so that's what a lot of service-based providers face. And I'm facing that issue as well, to the point where we're at capacity and I need to hire and things like that. So and then all of y'all with y'all quitting and stuff, it's okay, but come over here to us, help us. We need y'all, right? Come on, come over
Exactly.
here. We need some driver. All my clients need employees. Like, come on, y'all leave it corporate. Come on over here to the black business. We need y'all. But this is interesting because, first of all, one thing I do like about what you're doing, you're feeding it's you niched it right on down. And before I even go into what I was thinking, are you going to extend any further, or are you just going to focus on the Atlanta area at the moment? Capitalize on that, create the proven concept, and then venture out, or you've already got plans to come into other states?
So yeah, we're gonna do proof of concept first in Atlanta, and then we're gonna venture out because that's gonna help out with the next raise, the next funding raise that we're gonna do in order to venture out. So us proving that proof of concept is gonna help us raise a lot more money the next go round, and so we'll be able to set up shop in multiple cities hopefully. For our next city, instead of just expanding at one city at a time, but I do want it to be very structured. So if there is a structure in which the way that I am going to do it, Pinky Cole is one of my biggest influences. The way that she's been scaling her businesses, I like the rate and the speed that she's been scaling her businesses, and so just watching her and observing her has been a lot helpful. Has been very helpful.
Yes, that's what I'm talking. And they say you cannot go far without connecting really your net. What they say, your network is your net worth, guys.
Yes.
Okay, so look at us. Y'all have a lot of actionable things that we need to kind of digest before we go into our next question for her, y'all. Confidence. Look yourself in the mirror, boo. One thing I realized that you're lacking something if you lack confidence. Did you study enough? Did you prepare enough? Do you think you're qualified? Is something internally happen, or something off the low that you didn't be honest with us and say that you didn't prepare, you didn't read, you just jumped into it? It's something happening. So you guys have to identify what are the areas that are making you lack, because we like she's and I used to be an athlete myself. Like I ain't go as far as you. I probably could have. But yeah, I could have went to the Olympics, girl. I was like the fastest in DC. So yeah, yeah. So but without being an athlete or anything, guys, when you are confident in yourself, regardless of how you look, how much money you have, it allows you to be confident in your business. Okay. So make sure you're confident in yourself, and then the confidence in your business will end up rolling over. The next thing she said, she ended up creating a proven concept. Other see y'all, we always say that the fruits, the bad apples before us mess up things. She probably would have been got her all her coins if WeWork and all of these other companies didn't drop the ball. However, she is doing what's necessary to actually still obtain the funding. And how many of you would have been like, oh my gosh, it is becoming a challenge. I'm not getting it as fast as everybody, and would have given up. Guys, perseverance is key. Okay. And then also branding. Branding is essential, guys. Without branding, you don't really, honestly, in this day and age, guys, you don't even have a business nowadays. Like they'll just buy the brand and don't even care about your business anymore. So yeah, get that in order. So this is my last question, Jillian, before we go on our quick little break. What part did accounting, or at all, what part did accounting play into you being in the position that you're in right now?
It actually played a big role. I actually should have minored in accounting, to be honest. I majored in computer science in college, but I took accounting. I had a business emphasis, and so I had to take accounting one. And
Okay.
did I have to do one and two? Yeah, I had to do one and two in college. I got A's in both of those classes. Accounting helped out a lot because so basically I worked on a budget. I haven't paid for any real advertisement when it comes to HERide marketing ads, like Facebook ads, IG ads. I haven't
See,
paid for anything. I paid for a blip billboard once, but that was just for promotional purposes to post on IG, which it actually ended up doing really well. But like accounting plays a huge role because I'm broke. Well, I'm not broke, but I was bootstrapping, I was bootstrapping this business or bootstrapping this. So I was working 2 or 3 jobs in order to pay for and support the expenses for this business. And so I did have to I had to budget very well and be very creative in the way that I marketed and promoted HERide. I couldn't just spend $5,000 on a billboard. I had to figure out how to get 5,000 people to see what it is I needed them to see, but by spending $5 or $50 on flyers. So like I would just think outside the box. And so doing things like contacting news stations and stuff like that, because the news is free.
Mm-hmm.
The news, they view every day, and millions of people watch the news every day. It's not as antiquated as people think it is. And so a lot of people don't even realize you can contact the news about your own business.
Mm-hmm.
If your business is interesting enough to them, they will run a story on it. Like, it's free promo. And so that's one of the biggest things that I did. But again, like I said, if your business is interesting enough, they will run a story on it. So it's no shade to anybody else that is that's opening up a wing shop or whatever like that. Like I said, it's all about your approach. If you approach it the right way, if you reach out and contact these reporters the right way, they'll run the story on you.
Hmm.
Trust and believe, because there's always slow news days, so they're gonna need it.
So, do you feel as though your budget held you accountable to not overspend and to really make better financial decisions?
Yes, because if the money wasn't there, I couldn't spend it. So it really just, I really I had to one, be diligent with my spending, because I have, like I said, I have server cost every month, so I can't not have that money available in my account every month, because if the app turns off, then I'm losing money every second at that point. So it's certain costs that I have to make sure are paid every month, and then the other costs, like, we're trying to pay for marketing materials for the drivers. So t-shirts, decals, stickers, things of that nature. You have to think about those things. And it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, what's the deadline that you want to have this done by? Okay, how much can you contribute every week or bi-weekly, so that you meet the goal, so that you can, pay for these things and have it by the date that you want to have it by. But you do have to plan in advance. I had to plan 2-3 months in advance for certain things, to have things paid for, because I couldn't just go get the money from my safe, or go ask a family member for a loan or something like that. So yeah, it definitely played a huge role.
You know what? Honestly, I found that a lot of business end up sinking any further when they have a lot of access to capital when they're starting off.
Yeah, because you'll spend too much money, because you don't know what you'll just be spending money just because you have it, and not for the right reasons, or you're spending it on the most expensive thing because it's the first option. But
Exactly.
somebody like me, I'm a savvy shopper. I'm not going to pay the first developer that says, "Hey, I can do this for you." You're gonna have to prove it. So yeah, I'm not. I will say it's gonna help. It's gonna help us. I hope it doesn't cripple us
No,
when we
I think
start
in
to.
your particular case, and see, guys, this is where you all have to kind of know when funding is necessary. And
Hmm.
from the type of business you have, if you were to try to maybe do it like really, really bootstrap without going with the 1.2, you might fall a little short off with 250K.
Yeah,
Like it's some technical stuff. You might have to add it to your little GPS functionality and the app or something. That might cost 15 stacks. You didn't even know until you launched the new feature or something. Like,
exactly.
I don't think that in your particular business I think that will be a good number, especially at the way that you sound managing everything. You're gonna be able to flip that about 15-fold, right?
Yeah,
And see, that's the thing, guys. See, you all may not even have the type of business where it's necessary for you to try to get that much funding. And I use the concept, and guys, make sure you don't be trying to steal my concept. My concept of soul, strength, opportunities, and weaknesses. I don't believe that we have the knowledge or the experience when we're just starting off our business to know where to sow our financial resources, because we have not sat down and realized what our strengths and what opportunities there are and what weaknesses and where we should sow into at that point. So I think it's very, you guys attempt to slightly bootstrap it so you can kind of idea of what's really necessary. All right, okay, I do need this. Okay, can't go without that, or I do need that. And then she also said something very important, guys. Her server fee have to be paid every month. So on the 15th every month, if that server fee is not there, if she wasn't managing her finances effectively, then the business goes down. She lose money for every dollar. How many of you have actually had one of your apps disconnected or software disabled, something because you didn't pay or something? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I had that happen to me recently. Suncrest ended up changing over to Truist, doing their bank, and they said, "Oh, well, you have until the 22nd." Me being lazy, the 22nd, they already disabled my whole account. None of my payments came out. So the QuickBooks is disabled. See, guys, you don't want to do that. Okay. do what Jillian did, do your budget, know what a date, and then go back and set reminders. No, QuickBooks is adjusting or the software is adjusting. Go back in and update it. So yeah, no, this has been absolutely amazing so far, guys. I hope that you've gotten so much out of the discussion so far, and we're only in segment 1. Guys, we're going into segment 2. Do me one favor, head over to the App Store. If you have an Android, go to your App Store. If you have an Apple, go to your App Store. Download HERide. If you are in the Atlanta area, you are a female, please patronize her business. Get it going. She got enough drivers for y'all now. So good to go, guys. And then honestly, it would be best if you guys do it now, especially since y'all kind of know her. So truth be told, no, because honestly, it's best if we know each other and do, hey, Jillian, the driver did this, and then it's no hard feelings, but she can go and correct it, guys. Serve her so she can perfect this process and she can dominate the world, guys, because we need our own female ride share. And I know y'all men be like, why y'all want everything for yourselves? Come on now. We're women. Women, we need it, y'all. We need it. So, guys, do me one favor. Follow Jillian. Follow HERide. Download the app, guys, and please patronize your business, guys. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be right back. So your refund can still be high. Or if it's not the case, your refund would definitely be lower. So that's really a few of the reasons why many of you are going to be shocked, thrown back, taken aback, beat up, disturbed, might be crying in your feelings because your tax refunds are much lower than what you anticipated. Your business is right on that piece of paper that I can maximize, but guess what? Many of you guys took shortcuts in your business. You've been taking shortcuts for years. So you're out of luck right now. You're looking at that pile of paper and you like, yo, you serious, Folasade? Yes, I'm serious. And I'm very serious because right now your bookkeeping is what's going to either catapult your business or be a detriment to your business. And your lack of it is definitely a detriment, especially in the situation that we're in right now, where we all need to be maximizing our deductions and paying as little bit of taxes as we legally could so we can sustain in our businesses and be able to afford our lifestyle. But if you are not doing your bookkeeping, and if you're not keeping proper records, then I guarantee you are not paying the right amount of taxes that you're supposed to pay, or you're not getting the right amount of refund that you are supposed to be getting. So if you are a business owner, the way for you to protect your wealth, your income right now is by making sure you cross your T's and dot your I's and get your bookkeeping in order and stop playing games like you out here not trying to build a successful business. Only people that don't want to be successful don't have an accountant. Only people that don't want to be successful don't do their bookkeeping. And right now, your small business is maybe somebody else's blessing if you were to get your stuff in order. So you need your bookkeeping to make sure that every dollar you spend in your business is written off. Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys, and we have a special guest in the building, Jillian Anderson, the founder of HERide, guys. If you haven't heard of her now, you've heard of her now, and get you your HERide now. Like, I'm so goofy, Jillian, don't mind me. Okay, guys, I'm excited because segment one, we gave you a lot of practical information. I'm in my show. Bye. We gave you a lot of practical advice on how basically, well, no, not even how, some of the little tips and attributes and qualities and things that she used: branding, confidence, perseverance. She used the strong budget. She took her little accounting classes, y'all, and she incorporated that stuff that I've been wanting y'all to incorporate into your businesses all this time. So Jillian, I wanted to say I'm just so excited because you proved my whole concept to everybody in this one show. All my fussing I've been doing for y'all for how many years? 5 years I've been going live. You prove my overall concept. You know your numbers. You're going to get it. She's going to get a 1.25. Let me ask you one question. Can everyday people invest, like contribute?
Yes. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So we're actually running a family and friends round of funding as well. So we're offering 2.5% equity. We're raising $25,000 total. So we're offering 25 individuals the opportunity to invest $1,000 a piece for equity in HERide. And so that is something that we are doing. And I wanted to talk about
1,000, y'all. Remember what they say, Nas invested into was it Uber? They said Nas invested in Uber, y'all, and now his stake in Uber is worth it. And this is all estimates, okay? We really don't know everybody's portfolio, to be honest with you guys. But they say Nas invested into. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I got excited because I didn't even know you had that going on. They say Nas invested into Uber, y'all, and it was not that much, maybe like 100 stacks, well, 100, y'all. And now his stake is worth over 40 something $million. That was maybe about a year or so ago. But even if it's worth $1 million, even if it's worth 15 million, whatever it is, it was a good investment. So for Jillian to have this opportunity, one of the Black female-owned rideshare companies, guys, this is a good opportunity in the door and really help her get this off the ground. But you could become one of those first investors, and don't be like, oh, I'm investing. Uber did it, Lyft did it. We were all of the companies you guys see did exactly what she did, and every last one of their early investors are millionaires.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I think I just did my little part. Go
No,
ahead,
you're good. They but yeah, that's why I want to do it. I want to give people the opportunity to become millionaires, especially people from our community. And I will say that the reason why family and friends rounds don't work in our community is because we don't believe in business owners before the business starts. So a lot of people don't realize, like, family and friends rounds, those rounds of funding happen before the business is actually, like, before they start promoting, before other people know about it. And the reason for that is because they need the money in order to do that, in order to make other people find out about the business. And so I had a lot of people that reached out to me after they saw me on the news, and I want to let our community know that that's not the way that it's supposed to happen. I'm allowing it to happen this way because this is, because there's not that many companies or people of color in positions like this. And so you have to roll with the punches. You have to roll with how it goes. So people want to invest now that they see me on the news, that's fine. But I'm also going to educate everyone and let them know, this is why people that invest in these companies and they take these chances on these founders, this is why they become millionaires in a few years, because they actually believe in the founder. They believe in the founder. They believe in the company. And so that's what we need to start doing in our own communities. We need to start investing in those people in our communities that we truly believe in, and really put that money behind them so that they can run the programs that they're trying to run and run the businesses that they're trying to run.
You know what? I'm gonna just close out the show. To see, I don't even have to do no more radio shows ever my whole little life. Jillian, you actually just sold it. You killed it for me. I've always been saying this, that our first investors are supposed to be our family, the people closest to us that believe in our dream. But because they did not, it's just like, did you watch all my shows or something? But we don't believe in our own, and not just brown skinned Black folks, y'all. This is different races too, where the family member comes and they don't believe that they got to go some other family member they believe or whatever. Same situation. But in our community is really prevalent where we're not believing in them until they pop off. Like she said, she didn't get all the heavy phone calls after the news. Oh, you rich now, you rich. They probably like, oh, you rich now. Look, you really gonna be trying coins. Yeah,
and most people they contact me and they ask me if they can buy shares, and I'm like, we're not a publicly traded company, so I want people to understand that as well. Just because I am the same type of app that Uber and Lyft is, that doesn't mean you can buy shares of my company off the stock exchange yet. We're actually before that. You actually want to invest before we get to that point, because you get a huger return on your investment. So, for example, the people that invest in our family and friends round, they'll receive 0.1% equity in HERide. That point, if HERide receives $1 billion valuation, your 0.1%, your $1,000 has turned into $1 million. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's turned into 100,000. I'm sorry, it's 100,000. Yeah. But for you basically got $1 million for free. And Uber right now is a $90 billion company or something like that. So that same 0.1% is worth like almost $1 million. And that's like, you literally didn't have to do nothing. On top of that, all you did was invest $1,000 that you probably would have spent at the club or something like that throughout that time during the year. And so that's the only thing that I want to emphasize, is that when it comes to investing in corporations like this, don't expect to see your money within the next season. It's a long-term investment. It's something that you have to that has to vest. It actually has to vest. You got these things called safe notes and all that good stuff. But that's what we're educating everybody that wants to invest in HERide. We're actually going to host a Zoom meeting before you even send us any of your funds, so that you understand exactly what it is that you're investing into, exactly when you'll have access to those funds and everything like that.
Oh, I love. So how would they find out more information about this round, the Friends and Family round?
So the Friends and Family round, I have the only place I know where the link is posted is on my Instagram right now. And my Instagram is the real Jill Gates on IG. So it's the real Jill Gates, no spaces, all one word. And the link to the investor form is in my bio. So if you fill out the link, then you'll get all the information that follows suit. We're just waiting for our paperwork to be returned from the lawyer, the official paperwork, and then we will start scheduling all the Zoom conferences with everybody that is interested in investing.
Oh, this is exciting. So guys, in addition to you guys seeing it in action, you guys have the opportunity to be one of the first few founders. And like she said, and it's, I don't sugarcoat nothing. Y'all was going to spend that anyway. Sometime here, y'all have probably already spent 15,000 in your mind. So you might as well just go ahead on and slide it in that 1,000 and don't even think about it no more for the next 10 years. Okay. And then you check back in about 5, like Janine, you rolling. All right, girl, all right. Then check in a couple of more years. No, the reason why I'm saying that is so interesting, because one of my clients invested just like that, and they just let the money just sit, y'all. 9 years, $4,000 turned into $17,000 with nothing. They didn't touch it. They didn't evaluate nothing. They didn't do anything. Just let it sit. So remember, guys, to build generational wealth, your assets, your financial resources, right, has to be able to sit not only in your generation, but be able to roll over to the next generation. So remember, there's some stagnant. It has to sit. It has to sit in some type of account, some type of investment, some type of asset, some type of business. You guys have to, that's how you build generational wealth. You don't, the stuff that you see overnight, it's not really overnight. A lot of them had their money in the game for a few years, or you've heard recently where people thought that Bitcoin, and I'm not going against any of all of that, but they invested and people are losing millions, like millions. They've lost millions over the past 2 to 3 months, like millions. So guys, this is much more safer investment, to be really honest with you.
Yeah, transportation is not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going. Look, come on, y'all. We all living a little luxury life for real, for real. Everybody want the person driving them. They don't want to drink and drive them. Well, no, I'm gonna just Uber. I'm gonna just live. I'm gonna just HERide.
Exactly. So HERide will be the next, will
I'm
be
just
that
live with
next
HERide.
new
Yeah.
verb for transportation.
Yeah. So let me ask you one thing before we go. How impactful would this be getting HERide up? How impactful to your legacy would HERide success be?
For me, it would be extremely impactful. I've always, ever since losing my father, I've kind of lived the life, or the quote, when you want to leave, when you leave this earth, do you want to leave a legacy or a memory? And so I think that's probably what drives me the most in the things that I do. I'm very, very, very diligent on anything that I invest my time or my effort into, that I'm leaving a legacy once I'm done with it. And so I take that concept into business with me. And so this is my first serious business that I've ever started. And so that's kind of like that's how I'm taking it. That's the approach I'm taking it. I do want to leave a legacy. I want other Black girls to be able to look at me and say, hey, there's somebody that looks like me that started an app by herself and was able to get it, was able to get it to be worth millions or even billions. So maybe I should be able to do that too. And I really want to focus and emphasize on like showing young Black kids that they need to get into computer science. They
Yeah.
need to get in technology. We're past the point of, oh, this is just for kids that are smart. No, everybody needs to do this. Everyone needs to be in technology, whether you feel like your kid is gifted or not. There is a space for them in this space and in this industry.
Well, just to let y'all know, your girl been coding our own little app over here, Suncrest. I think I got my little computer science degree. Nah, y'all. I haven't been coding our app over here though, y'all. But no computer
Yes.
degree. No, this was absolutely amazing, Jillian. So I'm just gonna allow you to just leave us with your last words, uninterrupted. I'm gonna have to put myself on mute though. Uninterrupted. What would you want to leave us? If this was your last time to be able to speak to my audience, what would you leave them with?
I want to leave you guys with the words, focus on your brand. If you care about your brand, trademark your brand. She wasn't lying. That's the first thing that I did do. I trademarked my brand. I trademarked the name HERide before I even found a development team, because I knew that the name would resonate and ring bells for generations to come, hopefully. And if you haven't started on your business yet, or if you haven't really committed that time that you need to, find the time. Don't say that you're going to start on a Sunday or a Monday. If it's Wednesday, start on Thursday. And if you can only commit to 15 minutes, then that's all you could commit to it that day, but do something. And doing something every day is progress. So don't look at it as, oh, I don't have, as many followers as this person. I went 2 years strong without getting 100 people to actually apply to my app until we were on the news. So like I said, if you really believe in it, continue working on it. Work on a little bit of the business every single day. um, and when it comes to trying to raise money or even raise funds, um, try the family and friends round first. Everyone doesn't need millions of dollars in order to execute their business, to execute their ideas. um, Reach out to those family and friends, reach out to those connections, those business connections that you truly have. Make a business plan, because that is important. I myself, I personally hate PowerPoints. I hate creating PowerPoints. But in order for us to even get in front of investors, you have to have a pitch deck, which is basically an adult PowerPoint. So the one thing that I hate the most is the most important piece in order for me to gain funding, in order for my business to get to the next level. So you have to understand that there are certain things that you are going to be uncomfortable with doing. You're going to have to do them if you're positioning yourself as the founder or CEO. So those are my last tidbits. Entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. I will say that. It's a very I'm an extremely self-motivated person. I don't need people to motivate me or tell me that I'm doing a good job with my business. I know that I am, and I know the future of it. So that plays a part in confidence. You do have to have a lot of confidence as an entrepreneur, and I think you do have to be a little bit crazy, because there's only insanity can explain the reason why I get up every morning and do what I do.
Without an alarm clock, most of us like
Yeah,
literally.
without the alarm clock. Yeah, I don't need it, and I don't drink coffee. So there's
Look, today, right before our show, my aunt was like, I was like, girl, the office got flames. I put out flames. She said, oh, you can have it. I'm like, so proud of myself. Like, you crazy for what that stress. Guys, this was the best way to, I just want to say just thank you so much for coming on the show. And honestly, I think you've made an impact just for them to see someone before the billions come and see you doing it. You gave them all of the things that they probably would have tried to skip. And they tried to skip the brand, and they tried to skip the numbers part. They're trying to skip the discipline and the sacrifice and the perseverance. You guys cannot skip that. Yes, the Instagram models make it easy, but most of them had to strip in the club. So they went through, that was their endurance. That was their perseverance. Like, you can't compare your journey to how it may seem like it's so easy online. It's going to be days when you want to give up. Guys, if you notice, I have not been on social media for like what, a month? I was in the cocoon. Sometimes you got to go and hide out, but my team was still posting. We were still doing our little bit of stuff. But I, as the CEO, had to make sure that the vision was clear, that all of the pieces to the puzzle was closed out and closed and dots crossed. So I just want to say, guys, don't shortcut anything. If you have a dream, do it. Don't forget, guys, don't miss out on this friends and family round. Okay? Don't miss out on this one. And then the second thing I want you guys to do, go and follow her. You guys follow Uber. For everybody that's watching the show, if you follow Uber, if you follow Lyft, you owe HERide a follow. What's the difference? At least you get to see brown skin on the content and your people. She might even make it real fun on her page for you guys. So go ahead on. We gotta help each other out. I remember always thinking that if every other person can give a business $1, that business might have made $50,000 today, but that one person only lost $1. Guys, I want you to realize that by you following her, by you doing your part, by you sharing this, the radio show and everything, and if you're in the Atlanta area getting a HERide instead of a other ride, then you want to make sure that you did your part. You can pat yourself on the back, guys, because that's what we need to do now. We don't need the handouts. We need the support, okay? We need the support now. So, Jillian, it was amazing. You say everything that I've been saying for years, but thank you.
Thank you.
I owe you. You did my team, my audience a favor, because you've been fussing. This is what you guys are supposed to do. Then you don't see the progress. But seeing you put into action everything that I've been asking our people to do for years, it's just a blessing. I feel like crying, to be honest with you. So you're going to get your 1.25. And I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me again.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. You have a good night.
Yes, you too.